what are some of the financial step you would advise someone take before they actually get into a joint venture deal?
Oh man, it's like getting married, right? I mean, you want to know the folks really well because, for the deals that we've done so far, like we've bought them all with recourse debt, right? So that we can execute the business plan with the expectation that we would either sell or refinance into non-recourse debt. And, some people are like, well, why would you do that? Why would you do recourse debt? Well, one, I believe that there's prepayment penalties and a bunch of other stuff that goes into the recourse debt where they're trying to make sure that they get a specific amount of interest while you have the property. And if you're not sure where the market's going to be or whether or not you want to keep the asset, you could get in real trouble. And I've seen that happen where people have done a deal, ready to sell. They've got these prepayment penalties and they want the buyers to come in to pay those prepayment penalties. And so they can't sell the deal because nobody's willing to pay those fees for them. And I mean, there's a number of other examples on why I don't recommend going into the recourse debt initially. But the other thing that I'm uncomfortable with is the bridge debt, right? Because it's usually higher interest and it's really hard and fast on the back end. And so what we've been doing is partnering with community banks and allowing them to, see the vast majority of the investment. We bring the down payment money, then we grow the equity in the deal. And then our down payment and the equity allows us to play with or control the equity without having a ton of money in the deal. And eventually the goal is to refinance out the money that we've placed in the deal initially.
Right. And then put that on some long-term debt that's non-recourse.
Yep.
Yep.
Either that or sell it to somebody who wants it more than we do.
That's great, man. I like the thought process of that, because the money, the way we finance the deal is a big part of. If we don't have the money, we can't buy, right? So,
It's your
coming
biggest.
from yeah, it's definitely the biggest part. So you're going to be between 65% to 80%, right? That's a big part. So coming from corporate America and doing joint ventures, it's obvious that you need to have some capitals, right? What are some of the avenues that someone in corporate America who want to exit and take on real estate as a business, what are some of the avenues that they can pull funds from?
Yeah. So stop investing in your 401k because if it's in that retirement account, you can't invest it in your own deal. And I think that's step one. Two, if you get a bonus, I was able to get some pretty large bonuses along my journey. Don't spend it. Put it in cash somewhere and hold it so that you have some capital. I did a number of different things, Hutch. I had credit lines that were available to me, unsecured credit lines that I could use, not credit cards, but credit lines. So the interest rate was a little bit lower. Some people I know do home equity lines of credit in order to get access to cash from the trapped equity in their home. Whole life insurance policies, if you're funding those, usually you can take out against the cash value in those. And, you know, if you want to get out bad enough, the thing that I love about real estate is you can turn on cash flow now. And so I've seen some people do something that others will call crazy, and they cash out their 401k. They pay the taxes, cash out their 401k, and then put that money into real estate and put it to work. And people say, well, why would you do that? You got to save for retirement. Well, if you turn the cash flow on now and continue to grow the cash flow, you don't need a big old pile of money for retirement because you have it in the property, you have it in assets, income producing assets. And so, Heath raised his hand and said,
Yeah. No, I cashed out my 401k with the contracting company I was working with before I transitioned to working for the government.